the one and only Cindy Ambuehl of Christie's International Real Estate, Los Angeles. Thank you so much for taking the time today, Cindy. It's such a pleasure to get to speak with you again. Obviously, we trade texts now and then, but you being as busy as you are. And I saw a quote recently. I wanted to share it with you to see if you could determine where it came from. Begin quote, "Every bit of success comes from trust, collaboration, and heart. I couldn't be more thankful." Do you know who said that?
That's probably something I said, yes.
You did. And that was in regards to being named, and congratulations, by the way, to be named in October, the #1 agent in Los Angeles by Real Trends Inc. So along with #1 in Los Angeles, #10 in the state of California, #26 in the nation, and in 2024, clipping over $315 million in not only amazing luxury real estate transactions, but also in creating amazing new, the way I know you look at the industry with passion and devotion for those in which that quote encompasses in each and everything you do with respect to it, and that's that. And that shows, and that's what, and your clients know that, your sidekicks know that, and and congratulations once again.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And what was, after such a relatively above par year, as we'll say, what were some of the highlights for you in Los Angeles in 2024?
In 24 or 25?
Either one. This was as it pertains to 24, but then we'd segue into 25. So, I mean, they're all just a blur now, quite frankly. It just seems like the same month just keeps going quicker and quicker. So, yeah, that's a good point. So,
I really stand behind what I say. I say what I mean what I say. In the sense that I believe in California real estate, and I always have. And we in LA, especially, we have always been the last to fall and the first to recover. And if you look at 2024, and then of course our devastation of 2025 with our fires,
yeah,
what's happened? We're still standing. What's happened? We're still transacting. We're made of grit. We are tenacious. We don't quit. We show so much character as an industry. We are, and it's really challenging. And I think 2024, we all thought, cannot wait for 2025. This has been a nightmare. This has been so hard. This has been going around the block to get next door. Everything takes longer. Everything is made unnecessarily harder. And it's just been, we spent 2024 getting through it. And it was hard. Right? Thinking 2025 was going to give us a little bit of relief. And then we had the fires.
Yeah.
Got hit with the worst imaginable. So
yeah.
2024, looking back on it, maybe prepped us for what we were about to encounter without knowing it at the time.
Right. Absolutely.
And I didn't really think about that, Jen, honestly, until this very moment. We had to work really hard in 2024 to get anything done. Interest rates didn't come down the way we thought they were going to come down. People lived in a lot of fear with the election. What's going to happen? What's not going to happen? Who's going to be in office? Everyone had their opinion. Nobody agreed. Insurance was canceling everyone all over. And a lot of people thought, well, why don't I just stay put?
Mm-hmm.
So we had a lot of stay put mentality in 2024. So we are very proud of our numbers in 2024 because we worked extremely hard for every single client, every single transaction. And I think now, really reflecting on your question, I think that might have been the whole highlight of it.
Right.
That it really taught us to push ourselves just a little bit further. Maybe that's how we've gotten through 2025.
Right. And I remember that just
that way.
That's the perfect way to analyze it, and further then to so perfectly put it into words as you did. And it made me reflect on the very first time we spoke in a podcast setting such as this, or conversation, I like to call it. And it was right at the outset of COVID and back in 2020. And
another example.
Yeah, and at that, and I remember I remember the whole conversation, and at the beginning of that conversation, you, you didn't really have any, you didn't have a crystal ball, but and I'm sure this might correlate to what you're touching upon as it pertains to 2024, and then of course 25 is in those moments, it's when in your industry in general, but then especially in a market such as Los Angeles, where it really pushes everyone. And then it pushes those of you, such as yourself, to become even better. And so it is that opportunity. It is that opportunity to continue to rise up. And you, of course, as would be expected, did just that. And it must be so rewarding to then be able to look back on it. I mean, when you're going through it, you're looking up at the sky and saying to the universe, really? But then exactly. And then, I mean, especially, I thought about you. So I didn't want to text you during that time, but with the Palisades fire specifically, because that is, a strong turf for you. And that was just so, I don't even have words to describe it, but for you, it must have really been quite surreal to watch that and experience that happening.
Well, it was less than a half mile from my house. We were evacuated.
Right. But so, yeah, I mean, so both from a personal and professional perspective.
Yeah, and it really was crazy how that intertwined, because with 6 boys, we actually raised 7. My sister-in-law passed very young, tragically in her early 40s. And we took in her son at 13. So we raised 7 boys in this house. The Palisades has always been our community. Mm-hmm. They all went to that park. They played basketball. They played in that playground. Then they played basketball in the little gym. Then they played basketball in the big gym. Then they started playing flag football on the field. That's where we'd have play dates. That's where we would go to the park. I mean, everything. It's just, that was our community. That was our place. And I sold almost $2 billion just in that community alone. Now, wrap your head around that and how many people I know.
Right.
And I know their story. I know their families. I know their kids. Our kids go to school together. We spent 21 years here, and one call after another. Sorry, my phone is absolutely blowing up. Hold on.
No problem. Like I said, that just adds to this beautiful conversation that we get to.
Okay, hold on. There's a major investor. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'll call you back. But it was like we were so intimately involved and intertwined with that community. And those are, like I said, we bought our house. June was 21 years ago. We've been here.
Yeah.
So we've known them personally, with all of our kids growing up with them and everyone being around each other and in a community together. And then I started selling it and placed these people in these homes that are gone.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right. And
it's just been like a lot of agents. We went through, I had a really good talk with Marco Ruffo one day, and he and I, unknowingly, we were like on the exact same page. I kind of wore myself out, and I saw him and I said, "Are you okay?" And he goes, "Why do you ask?" I go, "You're not yourself." And he just sat down and he goes, "I think I went into such survival mode and tending to everyone else, I forgot to tend to myself."
Right.
And that's exactly how I felt. And I think it was funny because at the same time, he and I were both just kind of bottoming out. Like we pushed ourselves so hard after the fire. We were taking calls at 4 a.m. I was up at 4 a.m, like, on the MLS. We're making calls to all of my clients. Do you need a lease? What do you need? What do you have? Anyone have a lease for my client? We went into service mode.
Yeah, of course.
Complete service mode. And it just became a full-time survival mode. And then about 3 months later, I crashed.
Right. You hit the metaphorical wall. Yeah.
I did. And I think I took it so seriously helping people. I took it so seriously. I didn't see this as an opportunity to make money. I didn't see it as an opportunity to get money, like gouge people in leases. That was disgusting.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Obviously, at Christie's, we don't do that. My team, we were completely opposed to anything like that. So we just wanted to help, and we took it so seriously that after about 3 or 4 months, I just crashed because if I had one more negative, every call was negative. Hi, Cindy, you don't know me, but we lost everything in the fire. Hi, Cindy, sold us our house. We lost everything in the fire. Hi, my son's disabled. We lost everything in the fire.
Wow.
Hi, Cindy. But I mean, it was you're just having it lobbed at you like all day, and you're doing your best to swing at it and just keep swinging and swinging. And then all of a sudden, I just personally, I needed about 3 days. That's all I needed. I took like 3 days to reset, and I really needed it. And then I felt I was better to everyone after that anyway.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you have to be cognizant of that because otherwise you end up not only being a disservice to yourself, your family, and your clients, but you can end up doing more harm than good, obviously, on every possible level. So yeah, you have to, and being the professional that you are, both professionally and as it pertains to your family, friends, and whatnot, you just have to know when, as much as you want to keep going, it behooves you and everyone involved in your amazing career in life to take a step back and pause.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
I was listening, taking in everything you were saying, and then again correlating that with that the first conversation we had, such as this during COVID, and this almost sounds profoundly uh, more impactful, quite frankly, in retrospect.
It was a complete decimation of our community. It was
Right.
decimated.
Right, right.
It's not even like, oh, there's COVID, we're all wearing masks and we're still driving through our streets. We can still know that the other one is in their home safe. Like, homes are gone.
Yeah. A community gone. Yeah, and a community gone. I couldn't just, yeah, and that was the Palisades was really one of my, I think it's not just me saying this, but it was such a magical community. And for it to just simply in the blink of an eye, it was unexplainable to me. It didn't even look like a fire. It was baffling, and just yeah, it was really beyond words, quite frankly, and how quickly and the force that it
I
went.
think we're all still a little bit in shock. I don't think any of us have gone, well, okay, we now wrapped our head around it and it happened. I think we're all still, we wake up and go, wait, what happened?
Yeah, absolutely.
Still
Yeah.
there. It was too big.
It was too big and powerful, and it just one of the most unfortunate reminders that in the blink of an eye, at any moment, uh, life can simply change in a way that you could have not ever predicted, not in any way whatsoever. And but here we are, and here you are, and again, so
Devastating. To the point at the beginning.
not only
we're still standing.
not only still standing, but further, yes, exactly, thriving, and just to thank you very much for sharing all of that, and I can't imagine really on any empathetic level experiencing that, and then of course, I mean, I can say of course because I know who you are and what you're capable of, which you show consistently day in, day out, year after year, month after month. And then to go experiencing all that and being on the front lines, so to speak, at the level that you're at. And two, going back to what I touched upon at the beginning of this conversation with respect to, number one in Los Angeles by Real Trends Inc. It's just, that's where I hope you do at times pat yourself on the back, and I hope your team does too. That's just absolutely.
It's funny. My husband said that, and I'm not good at that. I'm good at, oh, that's so awesome. That makes me so happy. Okay, I got to go make some calls now.
Well, that's.
I should probably celebrate myself a little bit more, but I'm not. It's not something I don't know. I'm really proud of it. Don't get me wrong, super proud of it. But I don't sit there and bask in my glory and
I
I just don't. I'm like, okay, where's the next one coming from?
I know, and I was not implying in any way that you do. You are one of the most far from someone who sits.
Minute to do it.
You should maybe, as the holidays give you perhaps a little breathing room, you should have a day. Say to your amazing husband, that I'd like to have the day before or after the 25th. I want it to be bask in the glory of Cindy Day.
Then you guys can organize that together.
Oh, not that I know him personally, but from what I gather via the amazing relationship you guys have and what you guys have accomplished, I think he would be all in on creating a bask in the glory of Cindy Day.
Yes, he would be all in.
He would.
Very supportive.
It would be the biggest day of the year for him, I would think. And since your phone is blowing up, and we already are at 26.
You and I could talk. Could talk.
Yeah, we absolutely could, and that's a beautiful thing. So again, thank you. With the last 4 minutes that I have with you, Cindy Ambuehl, what is because I know I'm not allowed to ask you what your current favorite listing is, but what is a listing that you, for whatever reason, I know you're passionate about each and every listing, each and every client, but what is one that you would love to simply touch upon at this very moment in time on this beautiful day in Southern California with the sun out after those rains we had? What is the first listing that you are currently fortunately represented that you would love to?
Upset seller one way or the other if I only identify one.
Then weave them all together.
May I answer it this way?
You may answer it however you'd like, Cindy.
Something 563 Spoleto in the Riviera and the Palisades. It's a Thomas Proctor original. It is one of the most romantic homes with a view. It is remarkable. Totally opposite of that, I have 13187 Shalon, which is a massive 13,000 contemporary with the sport court and basketball court and 10 bedroom. And that's the beauty, and that's a super architectural. So the beauty of LA, and then I have 630 High Tree. It is, you feel like you're in Napa Valley or tucked away up in the hills somewhere. And that is a beautiful mid-century, super vibey, hip, cool house right there in Russet Canyon. That's the beauty of LA. I have a romantic Mediterranean. I have an architectural. I have a little mid-century, all within a mile and a half of each other.
That is fantastic. Yeah.
Beauty of LA. We are so diverse in our styles. We are so diverse in like the streets. You drive down one, you feel like you're in Arrowhead, like in Running Creek somewhere, and Yosemite, and then you go somewhere else and it's very, very urban. So it's just, that's the beauty of it. And we're surrounded by, I can't pick one. I can just pick that I love what we offer because we have just aesthetically, we have everything. It's so beautiful.
That was without a doubt the greatest possible answer that you could, and thank you for that. That was magnificent. Just like you, Ms. Cindy Ambuehl of Christie's International Real Estate in Los Angeles. Cindy, CINDYAMBUEHL.com, a dear friend, and I am so very humble and grateful that we were able to finally get some more time to speak on this beautiful Wednesday. Is there anything that I didn't ask or that we didn't touch upon that you would like to express before you jump into the 5,000 phone calls?
Just grateful for the time. You're amazing, and
I hope you have a great rest of your day, and thank you again, Cindy.
You too, honey. Take care. I'll talk to you soon.
I totally will.
Oh my God, like whatever. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Becky.
Take care. Bye.